Well guys, welcome back to the nest. Hope you can all still see me. It's a nice sunny day outside. Hope you're all keeping well. Hope you're all looking forward to a good Easter. Sorry that this has been delayed. I've just had a lot of coursework to do, you know, I need to hit the deadlines and everything. You'll never believe where I was last Friday night, seeing one of the biggest stars in the world, Elton John. Yeah, he's retiring soon, so he is. He's doing a farewell tour, Farewell Yellow Brick Road, and see, to be honest guys, I've been to so many concerts, but he's probably the most... Is that okay? I mean... No, I'm closing the blinds actually. It's a bit dark, like the... Not too dark. We'll turn a light on here. That's better. There we go. He's probably the most successful live act I've ever seen. You know, so lucky. I had to wait 3 years, you know, after he got a hip replacement, and also because, you know, what went on with the world. Anyway, we'll not get into all that. Hope you're all ready for this next movie reaction. Tonight's movie reaction is Magnum Force. Now, for those of you who don't know what it is the second in the Dirty Harry series. I like how it kind of follows the James Bond route, you know. Obviously the first one wasn't called James Bond, it was called Dr. No, but this one you start off Dirty Harry, and then instead of Dirty Harry 2 Magnum Force, it's just called Magnum Force. But, you know, luckily Clint Eastwood returns. You know, I love how he's still a hilarious character despite his violent nature. You know, his laid-back, violent nature. And the movie does start off with the golden line from the first movie. I think it's just to remind people that this is still the same series, you know, and there are a few hints towards it. Like, you know, he does explain that his last assistant, you know, is now in college, so it actually looks like the assistant is going through with college, and he's now got a new one called Early. Now, I do think that Early is very useful, especially shown in the oh, for God's sake, I have no time for text. I'm trying to do a video for YouTube. Yeah, he's very useful, especially in the general store shootout. You know, however, there are cops on a motorcycle, corrupt cops on motorcycles going around killing people. Now, there are some criminals that they're taking down, but there are also innocent people that they're killing, like people in the pool. And then there is this one pimp guy who kills his one of his dates with a drain cleaner. God, man, that was quite a horrifying looking death, you know, drain cleaner over money, you know what I mean? But Harry's new boss, Briggs, I gotta say, I think he's a fucking dickhead, because he doesn't want Harry on the case at all, and he's come across these rookies, you know, these young adults who are now trying to get in the force, and they're absolutely fantastic. I think one of them was in the Marines. Yeah, and you know, Harry is so impressed, and even says to them, I'll be... Oh, what was it he said? I've taken note of this. Don't forget, guys, I always take notes of these because I always forget. But yeah, thing I want to know is, how did Harry get his badge back? Because you remember at the end of the first one, he just threw it after he killed Scorpio. You know, same as this one, there's lack of evidence, but I think, you know, they were just so impressed with Harry's taking the case, they managed to stop Scorpio, and they just probably rehired him, you know, because he's a great man, he's a hero, and, you know, we don't know who these killer cops are at first, you know. Looks like the taxpayers saved them a lot of money. But yeah, Briggs, he's just an absolute dickhead, you know. You know, wouldn't you, Harry? It seems like Dirty Harry can actually take on any job. As you know, he manages to take over a plane that's being hijacked. He's never had a flying lesson. I wonder if Clint Eastwood actually had to go through with driving an airplane. But, you know, the pilots do say to him, stupid question, can you actually fly a plane? And he just stops the plane and he manages to take on the fucking hijackers. You know what I mean? Boom! Nobody messes with Dirty Harry Callahan, do they? Or Clint Eastwood for that matter. I actually wonder if Clint Eastwood, if he actually is really handy with a gun. You know, obviously they would give him blanks, you know, to shoot whenever they're filming these movies, you know. But the thing I also want to know is, in these movies, in the Dirty Harry, you know, I'm only on the second one, but why are there no gun duels? You know, I'm so used to seeing him in the Dollars trilogy, which I really enjoyed very much. You know, seeing him with those... And there's no fucking gun duels, you know what I mean? Like I know he's not in the West anymore, he's in civilization, he's in big cities, and, you know, obviously no one's going to do something like that in the 20th century, because obviously this movie came out in 1973. Oh God, please don't sneeze now, Jack. Sorry about that, guys. I can't wait till I start all the editing, you know, get out all the unnecessary stuff. But, yeah, these rookies, you know, he's very impressed with their shots, but maybe they can shoot too well. You know, when I get back on Homicide, hope you boys will come see me. And I do, and he's very close with this one colleague, you know, Frank McCoy, and, you know, I feel so sorry for him because, you know, he's mentally unstable. His wife has just left him, taking the children off him, you know, because apparently, according to the wife, he tried to commit suicide in front of the kids. You know, obviously you don't want your kids growing up with something like that in their head, but, you know, huge respect for Harry for looking after the after his wife. I do know that the wife wants to date Harry, you know, and there's a neighbour in his flat. You know, it doesn't seem like Harry's married anymore. I think he said that his wife died in a car crash or something, but, you know, there's a young girl who lives downstairs. What's a girl got to do to get a guy like you? You know, I guess, you know, Clint Eastwood is a good looking man, Harry's a good looking man, you know, he's able to get all the ladies, you know, especially now he's on his own. But, you know, Briggs, I gotta say, Briggs ruins everything, and I think that's why whenever I was watching this movie there was so much hatred I had towards him. And, you know, I will admit I was watching this with my grandmother, and, you know, my granny will watch anything like that, and she was saying that, you know, because Briggs is so against Harry, he doesn't want them on the case. He is probably the ringleader of these killer cops. But you know, do you not feel like, I think the phone calls were the biggest hint, because it was whenever Briggs was saying, Harry, don't move, I'll be right down. Do you know what I mean? Like, he didn't want him to go anywhere, he wanted to wait until he arrived and then they would identify everything. But unfortunately, Charlie McCoy gets killed by the cops on the motorcycles. I feel sorry for the wife and kids, because the wife and kids have to flee, have to now leave the city, and I don't know if Harry's ever going to see them again. But it's also revealed that the cops on the motorcycles turn out to be the rookies. You know, Sweet and Davis, and, you know, Harry works it out because, you know, he realises the shots, you know, whenever I think it's Davis, yeah, Davis is the blonde guy, whenever he very narrowly misses shooting the cop, you know, because he's willing to shoot a cop, as you saw when he killed Charlie McCoy, and he matches the bullets together when he looks through the telescope. I forget what they're called, whenever you'd use them to check out amoebas, you know, for stem cells and all that. But Harry realises it whenever Earl says, you can come to my house, my wife is a very good cook. No, I've just seen something that's made me lose my appetite. But yeah, he decides to take along the rookies for backup. Sweet gets killed, unfortunately. Apparently that was planned all along. And imagine the fucking impact that one of those mobsters had whenever he crashed his car into a curb. That must have messed his face up so much. Can't imagine the pain he went through. But, well, pain, you die instantly like that. If your face just gets all mushed up by a carb. My God, I was looking forward to this movie so much whenever I saw the set list for 1973. Well, you know, in my order that I'm doing it, you know. But, you know, they have a meeting with Harry down in an underground car park, and they do say to him, do you have any idea how hard it is to prosecute a cop? And I will say, I was so gutted whenever it turns out that they've planted a bomb, and then Early gets killed. Why did he have to check his mail? And Harry tried calling him. I think that's what telephone boxes are for. They know who the actual person is in the area. And then all he had to do was pick it up. Early would have survived. And unfortunately he wasn't as strong as the other guy. If you remember the other guy, the young guy in the first one, he got shot so many times, but he survived. You know, he was a strong guy, but, you know, I guess a bomb's going to do more damage than a bullet would. But it's then revealed that Briggs is the mastermind behind everything, because he just wants to do something. that the broken system, the broken legal system cannot do. But you know, he still managed to kill loads of innocent people, and I was very gutted to see, you know, well, I did enjoy the car chase, but you know, I also kind of have mixed reactions about how the bad guys get what they deserve in this. Like, you know, one of them gets killed by Harry, but then the other one, he tries to chase Harry on the motorbike on the top of the shipwreck, but he hits the water so hard that he actually dies. Like, you know, I have heard that, you know, if you fall from a great height and you hit water, it's like hitting fucking concrete, and you can die from that. You know, that's, well, didn't seem like that much of it, but I think it's because he put so much force on his bicycle that, you know, he just died in the end. But Briggs has unfortunately survived the car crash. Harry does the smart idea, and he places the bomb that Briggs has forgotten all about in the car. Briggs drives off, calling Harry a maniac. Boom! He gets what he deserves. And Harry closes the film with, "A man has gotta know his limitations." I will admit, I did feel like this movie was a lot longer than the first one. You know, it was nearly, yeah, it was just about 2 hours and 2 minutes long. You know, just 2 hours long. I have heard that this is the longest movie in the series. I don't know about the other three. I have heard that there's 5 in this series, but you know, I'm really looking forward to them. But we'll just have to wait and see, guys, for over the next few years that we cover. You know, don't forget we're covering 1973 right now. We've got a few big movies to cover on this channel, and then we're on to the next year. But let's not worry about that right now. But yeah, I do wish there was more action in these movies, but I guess during the 1970s, you know, what more could you do? You know, all you could do was just have a few shots, but you know, the shootouts just don't look like there's much action coming out of them. Because I guess, you know, they didn't have much editing back in the days. You know, in the movies we've seen, especially the King Kong we watched, you know, they used like a big massive, what, a clay model or an animatronic? I don't know what they used to make King Kong, but you can see the way he moves. Like, you know, it doesn't look real enough. But you know, I guess we'll just have to wait and see how the next few years unfold. But anyway, I really enjoyed the second one, guys. Not as much as the first one. But thank you so much for watching, you guys. I'm really enjoying these movies. Don't forget to keep subscribing. Turn on your notifications. Comment what you would like to see next. You know, I have had one guy, you know, comment I hear a very big movie, but you know, we won't worry about that for another 3 years. You know, I promise you, I forget the name of your channel, but I promise you, I will watch that movie and you will see it on this channel. I'll even give you a shout out. Tell you what, when I see the comment, I'll take your channel name down and I'll give you a shout out. But thank you so much for watching, you guys. You guys are absolutely fantastic. You know, I'm loving seeing this channel grow. Really excited to see what's going to look like in the next few months, because I have big plans for this channel. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Turn on notifications. Don't turn off. That's a big mistake. That means all. You know, especially if I've got a post to put up on here. Like, subscribe, comment what you would like to see next. Tell your friends about this. I shall see you guys in the next video. Love you all to death. And know your limitations.